The Sirians, to create an obedient slave race, had to keep us trapped, or we would automatically evolve and challenge them. I think the moon has a part in it. Someone, probably Enlil and his crew, took one of their hollowed-out planetoids, put it in place where it ought to be at the moment in order to create the effect they wanted. Like the Pleiadians say, the moon has been moved into different positions over time and has not always been on the distance from Earth as it is today. Perhaps the distance had to be adjusted at times when we started getting uncomfortable with our master-slave situation, and they could reprogram us after have adjusted the position of the artificial satellite. The towers, however, and what looks like ruins, don't seem to be used anymore. And the whole construct on the moon that is shown in the video seems abandoned. Probably, more sophisticated ways of doing things were invented and the old ways were abandoned, only leaving the ruins as reminders of times that were. Moreover, the Pleiadians, in one of their CDs from fall 2010, are telling us the following about the moon, and I paraphrase. The moon is an artificial construct and not a natural body. It has been a battleground for control of Earth for a long, long time. The moon rules our emotions and goes deep into the unconscious mind. This is why it works to put out so-called moon papers when it's new moon and full moon, and without the moon the world would be a totally different place. To develop the civilization the way it is developed, the moon was needed. The moon keeps things in balance. It has a powerful effect on gravitational and magnetic forces, and there are even rogue scientists today who realize that the center of gravity and magnetism may not be on Earth at all. It may be somewhere between Earth and the moon. So by manipulating the distance of the moon to Earth, and probably adjusting other things related to it as well, the Sirians can control our emotions, keep us in a state of fear and uncertainty and thus have their food source guaranteed. All they need to do is to enhance our fear and anxiety whenever is needed. Not until we learn how to vibrate slightly higher than the 3D frequency they have us stuck in can we evolve above the fear and anxiety that is intentionally created so they can feed off it. But also keep us under control. The moon is important in this respect. There will be an additional paper here in Level 2, which will deal with the moon, Mars, and other control stations used by the Sirians. All planets have layers of energy grids around them as a natural thing. So we can experience reality from different time frames. If an ET wants to enter our reality, they need to know which portal to use. Because otherwise they may enter in the wrong time and the planet may be barren or dominated by dinosaurs when in fact the ET wanted to enter into the 21st century. There is an abundance of portals like that around, and on, the planet. I mentioned but a few in Level 1. I must admit here that I am not sure about the sequence of how they did it, but I am confident that it was done in the below manner. The reader will probably realize what a great ordeal it is to keep humankind stuck in this prison. It takes a lot of effort to keep consciousness trapped. Someone said that it's like holding a blown-up balloon down with your hand to the bottom of a pool. It will stay there as long as you hold it, but as soon as you let go, the balloon immediately floats up to the surface. The same thing with soul consciousness. It's a whole complex science that needs to function with no fail for thousands of years. The least of failures, and the trapped souls may wake up and escape, or start confronting the controllers. Therein lies our solution. This is the weakness of the trap. Our moon is not a natural planetary body in the sense that it belongs here, it was put here by interdimensional beings. Some even say that it's too big to be our moon, in comparison with the size of Earth. Others have said that it was put there to spy on us humans to make sure we are staying put, and yes, spying may be one function, but it was hardly just because of that the moon was put there.